Welcome to Valencia! This is going to be a very honest and real walk, where you'll see the city as it truly is, along with a major event happening right now. Don't watch this video if you don't want to find out which day of the year you should definitely avoid coming here, or maybe this is exactly the one day you absolutely can't miss. Let me show you this beautiful Spanish city, Valencia, its streets, main landmarks, infrastructure, and most importantly, what's happening here today, because today is not a normal day, and by the end of this video you'll know whether you should come here or not. But trust me, you don't want to miss this. By the way, I'm Marina and this is my Expat video diary. I'm searching for the perfect place to live, exploring different cities and countries. If you love traveling or if you're an expat too, this channel is for you. So make sure to watch until the end. So today I'm spending the entire day in Valencia and it's my first time here. Right away as you enter the city you notice something interesting, a mix of architecture, elegant buildings, photogenic palm trees, but at the same time some less appealing residential blocks. It's not as perfect as you might expect, and that's the first impression. Today many streets are closed and parking was extremely difficult to find, and during our walk we suddenly came across these bright, unusual figures. Right now Valencia is celebrating Las Fallas, one of the most vibrant and unusual festivals in Spain. It takes place every March and attracts thousands of tourists from all over the world. It's even recognized as part of UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage. All over the city you can see these sculptures called fallas or ninots. They are huge, sometimes reaching 20 to 30 meters in height. Many of them are satirical, making fun of politicians, celebrities, or major events of the year. And here is the most surprising part. On the final night, most of them are burned completely. This is the main event called La Crema. There is also street food everywhere. The first thing we tried was rellenos, basically churros with filling. They were fresh, juicy, and honestly really good. Let's keep going. I'm really curious to explore the city's architecture. While admiring the buildings, we headed towards the main square, where the biggest daily show takes place. It's called Mascletà and it happens every day at 2 p.m. while the festival is on. But if you want to actually see anything, you have to come early, because as you can see, the crowd is massive. We tried to get closer, but it was impossible. In the end, we just stood there in the crowd, waiting, not even fully understanding what exactly we were waiting for. And this is something important. During the festival, Valencia gets so crowded that actually enjoying the city, especially for the first time, becomes almost impossible. At some point, you're not exploring the city anymore. You're just moving with the crowd, slowly. So we waited, even though we already suspected we wouldn't really see anything. And then finally we heard it. People were cheering, impressed, but honestly I didn't really understand why. By the way, fireworks and explosions are everywhere during this festival. As you walk around the city you constantly hear loud bands. It never really stops. Valencia even has a bullfighting arena, Plaza de Toros de Valencia. It was built in the 19th century and can hold thousands of spectators. Bullfighting is still a controversial topic in Spain. Some see it as a cultural tradition, others as cruelty to animals. In some regions like Catalonia it's banned, but in Valencia it still exists. You could even buy tickets for the next day. We continue our walk through the city. It's definitely pleasant, calm and quite charming in its own way. Look, the wood is already prepared. This is what they will use to burn the sculptures later. What is this? It looks interesting, but I honestly have no idea what it is. A lot of cabbages, clay pots. If you know, tell me in the comments. Once again, people are gathering. Again, something is about to happen. And again, firecrackers. Honestly, not that impressive. A lot of smoke, a strong smell. It doesn't feel very eco-friendly. What do you think? By the way, during the festival there are also traditional parades. Participants wear historical Valencian costumes. I really loved the dresses and especially the hairstyles. At first, I thought they were wigs, but then I saw girls in hair salons actually creating these hairstyles. At the end of the main parade, there is a flower offering to the Virgin Mary. It takes place in the heart of the old town at Plaza de la Virgen. We decided to move a bit away from the center to escape the crowds and find a place to have lunch. Spoiler, we never found one, so yes, we had to skip lunch. We made a big circle and eventually ended up back in the center. On the way we saw huge firecrackers trees, a triumphal arch and more of those colorful sculptures. I also noticed that the image of President Trump appeared quite often in these figures. And now we're at Plaza de la Virgen. This is where the Valencia Cathedral is located. Follow me, I'll show you what it's famous for. We paid 20 euros for 2 tickets. As far as I understood, prices can be higher during peak season. The most famous relic here is the Holy Grail, the cup that Jesus is believed to have used at the Last Supper, and later the one that supposedly collected his blood after the crucifixion. Of course, there are ongoing debates about whether this Grail is authentic, but some arguments in its favor are quite strong. Personally, I don't really believe it's the actual cup, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd really like to hear your opinion. And if you have more information about the Grail, feel free to share. Valencia Cathedral is definitely one of the must-see places in the city. Inside, you will find richly decorated chapels, paintings, relics, frescoes, and architectural elements from different periods. There is also a small museum. There is even a crypt beneath the cathedral. During major restoration work in the 20th century, researchers discovered ancient vaults, stone slabs, and remains of burials beneath the main altar. In some areas, they even found the bones of priests and prominent citizens, which you can still see today. After visiting the cathedral, we continued walking around Valencia.
Wow, great.
If you're interested in seeing different places around the world, not just as a tourist, but from an expat's perspective, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. See you soon!